Yeah, Sweet LD from Oaktown 357.
There we go.
Okay, off the back, let me just say this. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
July
Thank you.
29th. I'm not gonna say your age, but you don't look it. You do not look what your age is. So, and then I want to say congratulations on your poetry book, the Conditional Truth,
thank you so
Traditional
much.
Truths. She has a poetry book, and so we
that
want
was a long time coming as well.
Now, is it poetry or is it like X rhymes from 357 days?
No, it's actually poetry. I didn't do a lot of so-called rhyme writing for 357 back in the days, and I was shared in the book. So this is just separate.
Oh, okay.
It's actually separate. Yeah, so it's poems I've written over the years, but the rhyme writing was specifically for 357. So we always use that for the album.
Oh, okay. What made you do a poetry book?
Well, long story short, my mom, I've been writing poetry since I was like, I want to say like 12, 10, 11, 12. And I would always show it to her. She was the only one I shared it with. And so as I got older, she was like, baby, write a book. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Because, you compare yourself to other people in your head. But a friend of mine I met a few years back, she's published books, and she's a poet, excellent. She's performed all that stuff. Her name is Simonia Montgomery, and she owns Girl Me Too Publishing and, a whole organization. So I met her, shared some poems with her, went into a book that she had compiled with various other writers. And so she was like, you ready to write your book? I was like, nah. But I was going to do it just for my mom. I said, let's just put one together for my mom. And so we did that, and I had about maybe 10 or 15 published, printed up, so I could give them away as gifts. And the minute I got the first copy that was approved, everything, she's like, take a picture of it. This is Simonia. Hey, Simonia, if you're listening. She said, take a picture of it and then let people know that they can reach out to you on Cash App and so on and so forth for pre-orders, autographs. I was like, what? That ain't what we said. So that's how all that came about. I mean, I'm glad I did it for my mom, and she loves it, and she's so happy. She told everybody about the book. But I'm also glad just for myself that I did do it. So, yeah, it turned out great.
And that's dope. That's nice to see, the old hip hop artist evolve into something like a book, man. That's dope, man. I appreciate that, man. Now,
I'm excited about it too. You never know where the road is going to take you. So go ahead. What were you going to ask me?
Well, I was just about to get into what you do now, and I'm not surprised that you are a hip hop fitness workout instructor because, like I was telling you online, I said, man, I used to get tired just looking at y'all music videos, man. Man, the Pump It Up video, man. Come on, man. Really? Man, y'all running the whole video, man. Y'all just running the whole video. I'm like, man, I need a Gatorade.
You know what? It's funny because I have a cousin that told me one time she saw us at a performance not too long ago, about 4 years ago. And she said, I can't believe the first time I saw you, she said, I don't understand how they stay off the ground. But a lot of people used to say that. It was just constant energy and constant moving. And that's how we rehearsed. So today, I just feel good that, I might have some minor aches, a little bit of discomfort, but I could still get up and go teach a class and people still enjoy it. So that's a blessing for me, to still be able to do it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, fitness right now. So I'm studying for health coach certification, and I have some other certifications I need to finish up, and I'm in school for my degree right now, just the AA, and then hopefully I'll be able to get my bachelor's in nutrition.
Oh, congratulations.
But we'll see how it pans out.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
congratulations. Good luck with all of that. Yeah, she doing it. She doing it big, man. Now let me ask, are you using any of the dance routines from 357 in the class? In any of the routines?
Not the routines per se. You know how you take things apart and you use
right.
pieces of them? Yeah, because the reality of it is it's a fitness class for people who are not always dance, or what do you say? They don't always have the same dance
right.
ability that I might have.
Right.
Yeah, or skills. So yeah, you have to kind of, dilute it a little bit.
Right.
So I use some things that I figured that they can do in the choreography. I've done that before. And it turns out pretty good. But it feels good to me because I can still do that.
Right. I follow your page and I see you. I'm like, man, she can still do that. Really? Come on. Now,
you know what? I haven't tried the drop back. That drop back when you touch the ground behind you.
Right.
That I did in yeah. I haven't tried that yet, but I think I'm gonna try it. I think I'm gonna try it and see if I can
get it on tape.
Yeah.
Get it on tape. We want to see it. Get it on tape.
Only when I perfect it, because if I fall and bust my tail, I can't have it on tape.
No, don't
y'all
do that.
Pray for me.
Yeah, don't do that. You gonna have to get the icy hot out, and then
exactly. It be iced up. Yes, I understand.
Now let me ask this. Now, are you from Oakland? Are you from Oakland?
Not exactly. I grew up in Oakland.
Oh, you grew up in Oakland.
I was born in Houston, Texas.
Oh,
and my mom moved us. Yeah, Houston. And so my mom moved us to the Bay. I think I was 6 years old. I want to say 6. I think I was 6, and my brothers were 3 and 2. So we all grew up there.
So that means you a Dallas Cowboy fan like me, right?
Nope.
Do you got a football team?
I really don't.
Oh, okay.
I like the Raiders. Yeah, I like the Raiders because my mom does. I like the Green Bay Packers because my son does, and that's about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. I really
Green Bay Packers.
Hey, don't start. We do like the Green Bay Packers.
Hold on, Q. Let me introduce you. Yo, sweet LD. That is my co-host, Q.
Hi, Q.
Hi, sweet LD. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm blessed to never
and Q just got back. Q just got back. He had back surgery, and this is his first day back on the show since his back surgery.
Oh, wow.
So we welcomed him back today. So
welcome back and congratulations. All right.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing big things.
So blessed and so honored to have you to the show, and doing great things. It's an honor to have you on the show with us.
I appreciate you guys. I'm serious reaching out. I really do.
Now I was also going through your page, and I seen the polka dot hat from Juicy. Was that the original hat?
It is the original hat.
Oh, you still got the outfits from the days from back in the day?
I do have a few. I don't have all the ones that I would like. When we moved from California back to Texas in 1999. The truck, the big moving truck that it was on, they got our stuff mixed up with some other people, so I lost a lot of things. But that outfit, I know it sucks, but that outfit was in there. The polka dot outfit, the jumper and the hat, it was in the suitcase with a few other items, and so I got to wear it again in 2017 for a wedding. I just kind of, spruced it up a little bit, but I had the jumper on. And I had, oh my God, what is a mini skirt, like a sequence mini skirt, because it was for a wedding. And they wanted me to be Juicy, basically. They wanted me to be the flower girl, but wear the Juicy outfit. So I got a chance to do that. They wanted the hat, the whole 9 yards.
That was dope to see. That was dope to see. That was dope to see.
It was so funny. And so they played Yeah. And then I came out and I did my body roll, and then I just kind of threw rose petals down the aisle. But it was funny to me because I'm a grown woman. Like, I'm older than the two of them that got married, and they had me as a flower girl. It was hilarious. So yeah, that's the original hat. I still have it. Mm-hmm.
So what the other two girls up to, or what is it Terrible T and Little P?
Terrible T and Little P. Little P is in the Bay Area, and she's working, and Terrible T is in Arizona. And she's a mom and, housewife. And so we all out here doing our thing.
I seen last year you guys done the Tom Joyner Fantastic Voyage, man. How was that?
Oh my goodness, you guys. Listen, all I can say is that was like cherry on top of icing on top of all kind of stuff, because we have been trying to get on the cruise ever since it was brought to my attention that it was a possibility.
Right.
And so it just did not pan out. And then when we got on it, when they called, it was like, we want you guys. And Lady Array, shout out to her because she's the one that opened that door. It's D. Ellis. He's a comedian. He's the one that first mentioned it. He tried, and I guess the timing wasn't right. So then Lady Array, they reached out to her because she was helping get females for the ladies' night. And so they said they wanted somebody different, and she thought of us. And she called, and she was like, hey, sis, I'm thinking about you guys. They want to do something different on Tangerine Cruise. We was like, what? But I had to keep my cool, you know what I'm saying? Because we was like, it's happening, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we got our stuff together. We rehearsed, and we got on that ship. And when I tell you, we didn't know what to do with ourselves. We didn't know what to expect. It was like kids in the candy store. That food is just amazing.
I heard.
It's just
I hear every year. I hear every year that is dope.
And we just felt honored to be able to even experience that because we know it's a major deal. You know what I'm saying? But Kim was on there, Sheila E., Kirk Franklin, Smokey Norval. It was unbelievable. It was just unbelievable. And so we were like, we are really, every time we got done doing something, we would go back to the room and be like, oh my God, did you see so-and-so? You know, so we took, Midnight Star was there, SOS was there.
Wow.
George Wallace, the comedian, was there. Rodney Perry. It was bananas.
I know. We hear it every year. We hear it every year that is dope. You know what? We just talked to Rage today. We talked that she gonna do this.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that the irony that you bring that up because I'm really good friends. I'm really good friends with Robin. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And, the irony with that is that she always champions women and diversity about anything that has any shows related. She'll always let me know, about who she feels, and not to take away the more commercialized women. She loves those as well, but she'll always say, well, what about this particular person, or what about this particular person? And she's always about that. And and I always say to her, I said, but Rage, what about yourself? You should be, but she always defers, and that's a good trait about her, and I'm glad that you
shout out to Ray.
No, of course, because I know that for Oaktown 357, and this is like no slight to anybody else, but we just don't get recognized. We don't always get included. We don't get the phone calls, and that's okay. I'm learning that because of what how the management had us set up. People don't know where we are. They don't know how to get in touch with us. They don't know that, to some degree we're still available. So I just appreciated her meeting that need, that curiosity for us, because I met her with D. Ellis. Like I said, he's a comedian here out of Dallas, Fort Worth, and they're very close. He had a show in North Carolina, and he's like, I want to take you with me. And so she was there. Why is the name is escaping me, but Lady Rage was there, and some other acts I cannot think of right now that are just not coming to me. And so I got to see them say, like, for the first time in all these years, but for the first time in a different way. Because when we were on the road touring, we were not allowed to interact or make that connection to how, we didn't have the ability to make the connection and have conversation with people or interact or exchange phone numbers or anything like that. So, this was my first time seeing people in a different, vibe. I don't have that management, and I don't have that security, and I don't have these other people around blocking it. I'm just out here, not vulnerable, but just free.
Right.
And I'm able to engage and interact with people. So that's when I met Rage for the first time. And I have to apologize to her, Nikki D, and Bahamadia, because and maybe even Roxanne Shante. I've met them, and it's like when I met them, the brat too. Let me apologize to her and Moni Love. But I'm a big kid at heart, and so when I met them, I was like, oh my God. It was like this big hug, and oh my God, and it was a big hug for people who had never really actually met me.
Right.
So I'm apologizing because they're probably like, this girl is crazy. But I just felt like this bond because they were females who came up the same time I did, pretty much in the same thing and same, era that I did. And I felt like they probably experienced some of the same stuff I did. So it was just like, oh my God, here's another female, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't get to interact with, didn't have a conversation with, didn't get to know, share with, and, we're right here on the same stage or, at the same show. So I met Rage in North Carolina for the first time through Dee Ellis. And I was just surprised that she remembered me and us to even, invite us for the cruise. So I commend her and I appreciate her like forever for that because that was dope.
Can't nobody forget Can't nobody forget Oaktown 357. Listen,
that's what I was about to say,
sweet. We here to tell you. We here to tell you. That's why you on the show because that's what we do on the show. We honor the people that we rock with. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Listen, we rock. Listen, let me tell you that. Were you in the Let's Get It Started video? Were you in that video or no? With Hammer, Let's Get It Started. His very first one.
I'm a fuss with you for a minute, okay?
Okay.
Because the one in the club,
right,
is the first Let's Get It Started video, not
right.
the one on stage in the arena. So the one in the club has me, Terrible T, Lil P, and Ace.
Thank you. Thank you. Two versions. I knew that already.
Okay.
Go ahead,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Go ahead. I didn't know.
It was two versions, and so I'm gonna send you a picture of.
I'm sipping on my tea right now.
Well, no, the reason why I asked because that's where you know what, this is the phase of the interview where we talk about because I want to talk about the music videos because I love the Troop. Talk about wearing the Troop. I mean, who idea was it for everybody to wear the Troop jackets and represent Troop in the video? Man, who idea?
It was a business move. Troop was just coming out. Hammer and his brother had made a big investment in the business. They had a couple of Troop stores. I say couple, but it was more than one. We even worked at the Troop store, so we had a photo shoot with the Troop outfit, and then we did the video with Troop. Now, Troop was nice and all. I liked the bomber jacket, that kind of thing, but the jeans for women were not for black women, and it was the worst jeans ever. So I'm just going to keep that on record.
Wow.
And then the shoes were not the best, but just when you put that whole thing together, we look good.
Right.
So doing the video, I have to laugh.
Give us a story. Give us a story from the video set. Give us a story at the club. The one at the club.
This was the one at the club. It's a small club, and it was not. Oh God, what is the name? Why am I not thinking of things right now? But it was a small club, and it was tight. It was tight.
It looked like it. It looked like it.
Hot, and it was no ventilation, and we were dressed in full Troop.
I know.
So the jackets, like, let me just say, they wouldn't let us take the jackets off. Hammer did not want us to take the jackets off. So Ace was, everybody was soaked. We could barely move in those jeans. The shoes were, and how many times do we have to shoot that video? How many times do we have to do the choreography? How many times? Oh my God. So we were excited because it was a video shoot. But when I tell you black folks was tired and hot and funky, oh my God.
It looked like that. It looked musty in there. It really did, man.
But what happens is, because it was so small and you had all those people in there, then the energy takes over. And it's like, that's all you're thinking about. Everybody's just killing it. So you had Ho, Fred Ho, Heavy D, and King Ho. Not Heavy D, but Heavy Ho and King Ho. Everybody just killed it. You know what I'm saying? So it literally became a party. But that first couple of go-rounds of trying to break in the shoes and do the choreography, not bump into each other, not fall, not wear yourself out, and start sweating, because I sweat. We all sweat, but me, I'm just going to say. So we was just trying to keep it together so we could take, and we knew it was going to take a couple of takes to get it how Hammer wanted it. It was interesting. It was very interesting. And a long day.
I said the whole time, I said, man, how did they dance like that in them heavy jackets, man? Y'all was killing it in the heavy jackets. I was like, man, woo, that was, but it was lovely, but it was beautiful. I mean, I was a fan from the beginning. I said, who was this dude in because he looked it older. He looked it older. The first thing I said, man, I said, who is this old dude killing it like this? And then I found out he was a younger guy. It was just his little curl, his little Jerry curl, and his Cazale glasses. Them Cazale glasses. We was rocking those Cazales in Ohio. We was rocking them bitches in Ohio, man. So
that's hilarious.
So shout out to Hammer, man. You know what? I was watching one of your interviews, and you said Hammer used to record our performances, and we used to watch it in practice like a football team and correct stuff. Did he really do that? What?
Yes. This is the rehearsals. I don't think he could record those in the very, very beginning. This became later, but for sure the shows as well. He got to the point where he could record the shows, the performances of us, Hammer and the Posse, and then he would play it on the bus afterwards, and he would watch us and say, "Oh, LD, you look tired," and they call it. They say that the word was you was gigging, which means what gigging means. Right. They was gigging, was getting it. Right. Or you got rigor mortis, you was tired. Right. And so they would say things like that. Okay, Ace, you look like you got rig right there, bro. So we would have those kind of the conversations, but it was always to say the bigger picture. How are we presenting ourselves? What does the show look like? What can we improve upon? What does he want to change in the song lineup? Is there something with the choreography he wants to change? Does he want to change the arrangement of where we're positioned? So he would do it that way. Yeah. And it was for comedy as well, because there would be some funny things that would happen and you would just have to play it off on stage. But yeah, after the show, you're on the bus, he could talk about it, so it was good.
It looked like you guys had a ball. It looked like y'all had a ball, man.
We did.
All right, let's move on to the Pump It Up video, man. Let's talk about Too Big. Let's talk about Too Big MC, man. The dude screaming at Hammer through the whole video, man. What's up with Too Big MC, man? Was it? I mean, it was hype. He was like the Little John. He was like Little John back in the day. You killing it, Hammer? You killing Hammer? He was just screaming.
I think, I don't remember. I have a feeling that that's what he was asked to do it in that way. I have a feeling he was asked to do it in that way. And then after a while, they kind of tailored how he would inject himself.
Right.
What's the word? Y'all know what I'm saying.
Right.
Insert himself, how he would insert himself. But just coming out the gate, that was what was done. And it was discussed.
Shout out to Too Big. Shout out to Too Big MC.
Too Big, what's up? Love him. Too Big MC, love him. And rest in peace to his brother, his twin brother, Lone Mixer. Lone Mixer's gone to glory. So, Too Big, that was discussed, and they agreed that it would be done that way. And looking back on it, it was a different flavor.
It was. No. It got me hype. That dude screaming got me hype, man. I used to love, I say it to this day, when somebody is working hard or dancing, I'll be like, you hitting them hard, Hammer? I'll be screaming, you hitting them hard, Hammer? I still do that to this day, man. So shout out to Too Big MC. Too Big MC still got me. His favorite parts of the video is him screaming. So that's what's up, man.
It's his? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's him screaming when he come in there, man. You killing him, you stacking them dollars, man. And
but
I
you
love
know what?
it. I love
it's almost like it's just a little added sauce, a little added hot sauce. Because if you look at the whole video, it's dope. But then when you hear that come in with Too Big and that big voice, and his presence is there, it's like it's another level. So
it's the same thing. Little John, yeah,
exactly,
what? It's the same thing. So Little John got his cadence from Too Big MC, man.
Ooh,
shout out.
I'm not saying I ain't saying that because people get sensitive about where they got their little stuff from. So,
now, okay, one more thing with the Pump It Up video. It was a Run DMC diss. It was a Run DMC diss, man. Did y'all in the beginning of the video? Did y'all catch any heat over that? Did you see the heat on that?
Yeah, but that was his intention.
Right.
He expected it. He wanted it. He provoked it. He felt like he had the right to do it. Because there were some things being said about him, and so but that's what hip hop. That's what it is.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, he was on point with it. And he was bold with it. Everybody's like, "Man, you gonna do it? Yeah, we're gonna do it." Okay. You know, we want to ride along with it. Like,
no, I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, I was so he had me so hyped. I didn't even have time to worry about it. You know, after the song "Pump It Up" was over, I was so damn hyped. I forgot he dissed DMC in the beginning. You know, I was like, you know, I told my co-host before we came on, I said, y'all should have had a Gatorade or energy drink endorsement, because y'all was just energizing bunnies. Y'all was energizing bunnies, man. Gatorade should have just.
That would have been, if they'd have just took the sweat from us, they might have had something. But yeah, that would have been a good endorsement. Did they have just Gatorade is what they had back then? I think today we have more energy
everything.
Drinks.
Oh yeah, they got everything.
Red Bull, Bang, and all that
stuff.
Yeah,
they got
all that. It definitely would fit today.
That would have been what's
and
up,
you
man.
know what we could have called it? Now I'm not going to give it to Hammer, but I'm not. But you know, if we had a juice, it could be Juicy Got You Crazy.
That's right. That's right.
I ain't giving that to Hammer. We don't have to take that.
That's right. That's right. Keep it to yourself, sweet. Keep it to yourself. Okay, turn this mother turn this mother out, man. Turn this mother out. Go ahead, Q. Go ahead, Q. Go.
Before you go into that, I just want to let her know I'm from Detroit, Sweet LD. So I just got a question for you from my Detroit fans. And
what's up, Detroit?
Yeah, and it's a video that was filmed in Detroit. I'm just trying to remember this video.
Straight at you.
Yay! There it is. Yeah. I'm being facetious, but that was rhetorical. What was the thought behind that video? Because when you guys filmed that video downtown in the area, people was going crazy about that video. And then when it was completed, because my co-host might not remember this, but it was with Channel 62, you know, Matt Morris and RJ Watkins and all of that. So, and you guys were like, when they found out that, you know, Oaktown 357 was in the mix at that time period, it was phenomenal. What was it like doing that, you know, that video? Because I know we're going to talk about the bigger ones, but what was it like in that time period doing that video?
I think for us, for Oaktown 357, that was like the first indicator that we had fans. You know what I mean? So for us, we were just kind of coming into, they like us. You know what I mean? And then it was a Straight at You, which it was a diss on Salt and Pepper. No. It was a diss that included Salt and Pepper, but it was about JJ Fad. So, yeah, you know, we were saying Salt and Pepper would, you know, put you in check and that kind of thing. So it was really a diss towards JJ Fad. And it was just because of the experience we had with them. But Detroit had, by numbers, by the music, has shown Oaktown 357 a lot of love. And so I believe we also needed to do a video, and we were already going to be there. So that was the reason why we actually did it in Detroit. May have done a performance or show the night before, or we were going to do it that night. But once they decided that it was going to be the location, people showed up just in droves. When I tell you droves, it was like bananas. And they showed us, like, they didn't get in the way. There was no booing. There was no hustle, no tussle, no nothing. They came in and they did their scenes because we included some of the people in the video. It was just dope. So I think it was because they were starting to show Oaktown 357 a lot of love very early on with our music. You know what I'm saying? And Hammer wanted to take advantage of that.
Well, we was rocking with y'all the whole time. Ohio and Michigan, we was rocking that's the Midwest. So we didn't have like a you know, we could have either one, but we was more West Coast. When the West Coast started hitting, we was all West Coast. We was all West Coast. Everything we had JJ Fad, we had Sassy C on the show. What was it, about 3 weeks ago? And she never brought up that they had something. I didn't see that in the paperwork that you guys were beefing or anything like that. But anyway, hello? Yo, Q.
I'm here.
Okay. I don't know what happened.
Maybe talking about that Detroit thing. You know how I get on, man.
All right.
Did you remember that video? Did you remember that video?
What was the name of the video again? Okay.
Straight at you.
Hold on. Here we go. We got to get her back in here. Okay. Testing. You there, sweet? Hello? Yo. Hey. Hello? Hello? Q, can you hear me? Q. I don't know what happened. Q, you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Let me see if I can click over and get her back. Hold on.
You there?
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Let me merge this in.
Okay.
Q, are you there? Q.
I'm here, brother.
Okay, there you go. I got her back. Sorry about that. No, I didn't know. I was just telling Q. I didn't know they filmed that video in Detroit. I didn't know that. That was dope.
Anytime you talk about Oakland and Detroit, something's bound to happen.
It's an automatic fire right there. Automatic power, yeah. But it was a lot of love, and we enjoyed it. And it was like kind of the first time that we felt comfortable outside doing the video, because most of the time those video shoots are closed in, or some people that you know that are extras. And this time it was not. It was just open, and the people were like, they were there. I mean, they showed up and showed out, so it was awesome.
Yeah, Detroit always do. We just done Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives. She had a movie premiere in Detroit last week, and we went and covered it, and they came out because it was, the inside movie theaters aren't open, so the premiere was at a drive-in. It was at a drive-in. So and it was dope. It was nice weather, and Jennifer was great.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, I interviewed the whole cast, and they were great. Angela Yee from Breakfast Club showed up, and it was dope. And
nice.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Major.
Yeah, we had a good time. Yeah. We had a good time.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna say this, WLD, and then I'm closing. When you think about JJ Fad, Salt and Pepper, and your group, the people that I roll, and I'm not going to generalize, the people that I roll with preferred your group because of the topics that you were talking. And I'm going to back it up by saying this. Supersonic. Loved it. It was awesome. But it wasn't something that everybody can just, it was a club hit. Salt and Pepper, it was, when you talk about the variants of hits that they had, but at the time they was talking about my mic sound nice. It was cool. Well, when you talk about Juicy got them crazy. I'm just saying.
That got the boys' attention.
Right. So I'm just saying, I'm just backing it up based off of that to say, when they said Oaktown 357 was going to be in the club or going to be in town, that's where people was going to rock at. So thank you for that time period, and that's why I wanted to let you know.
I appreciate that, but then I want to look at what you just said, and I want to put it in context, because what I appreciate about all of that is that we are able to be included in that conversation with two other female groups that are very powerful. And so Supersonic is, if you want to talk about having fun and good, clean fun, that's where you start.
Right.
Correct.
And then you get a little sassy, you start feeling yourself. My mic sounds nice, check one. My mic, whatever song we're saying. But then when you get your woman wits about you, then you, okay, Juicy got him crazy because I know I'm popping like that. So there's a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And we're all speaking to different phases of women and even men. You know what I'm saying? So we all were able to contribute to a movement of maturity, I guess, you know, and having a good time and partying and just, you know, different little sassy things that girls say at the party. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing up to have a good time, but, you know, like, I'm going to pop off. Okay, he wants some of this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's where that was. But, yeah, I just feel grateful that we're able to be included in a conversation for that era with Salt and Pepper and JJ Fad, because they're still respected and, you know, appreciated today. And that means a lot, you know, because today's conversation is totally different.
Oh yeah.
With these,
talking about WAP, talking about some
ladies.
WAP. Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion talking about some WAP.
Yeah. No,
what did you think of the WAP video?
Oh, it was dope.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
People might not understand what I'm looking at, but I get it. I didn't realize. Now, this is just me. I'm looking at it maybe artistically.
Right.
I'm looking at the costumes. I'm looking at the choreography.
I told my co-host the same thing.
The makeup, all of that. I'm looking at that, and I didn't realize that the bigger picture was that it was a brothel, and these are women, ladies of the evening or pleasure or whatever you want to call them. But even them, I mean, they had those ladies so they were just tough. You know, the outfits were dope, the makeup, the hair, the whole 9 yards. Just on a different level. Conversation. You had Millie Jackson. I mean, you've had all kind of women saying certain things at certain times in their lives. And some of the young people might not know who Millie Jackson is, but you just, of course, maybe a female Dolomite.
Millie Jackson is.
I said the younger people, younger than us, they might not know, but you know, there's like a female Dolomite of, you know, say, but my thing is, I personally, at this age, wouldn't say WAP.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
I got you. I see what you're saying.
At what age did I say Juicy got you crazy? And then we were compared, like Juicy was the first WAP.
Right.
Okay.
But didn't y'all have y'all fair share of controversy back in the day?
We did.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say. We did. People didn't like our outfits. They didn't like some of the songs. I felt like they didn't like our lyrics. They didn't like the way we rap. It was a whole bunch, but that's to be expected.
You know
what
what?
I'm saying? Cardi is, how old is Cardi? How young is Cardi?
30.
Okay, well, you know. This is just where she's at, and it's okay.
Oh, I'm fine with it. Like I'm a DJ, so I'm fine with it. I play.
Here's the thing. Yep. This is my thing. It's like, why do we have to have somebody? Why do we need a person to be what we think is okay for them to be okay? Like, that's Cardi B's life. That's
right. They don't have nothing else to do. It's always going to be haters. It's always going to be haters. And people that can't do what she can do. Yep, exactly.
Let her do her thing. Let her rise. If she want to say WAP, that's how she's saying WAP. We didn't say WAP because we didn't have WAP like that. We didn't know that.
Right.
We said Juicy.
Right.
That's what we said.
Right.
You know, but I guarantee you that some man somewhere was saying WAP.
Right.
When he was talking about women.
Right.
Somewhere back in that day, you know what I mean? So it's not that it's new, it's just that this is how they decided to have the conversation about it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I got children to raise. I have to teach my children what's cool and what's, you know, how to be okay with certain things in a timely manner. They don't need to be running around here saying WAP right now at 16 and 18. That's inappropriate. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They don't know nothing about that. So that's where the conversation goes. But let Cardi B do her thing.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't have to listen to it, but I might. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking
I'm just being honest.
Speaking of Juicy, shout out to B&GB. Shout out to B&GB, man.
Shout out to B&GB.
What's up with her? What's going on with her?
I have no idea what's going on with B&GB at this point. I haven't talked to Angie in probably 5 years.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
4 or 5 years, I haven't talked to her. Yeah, we lost contact. I don't know where she is. Last time I talked to her, she was in Atlanta. So I think the majority of the people, I kind of know where they are, who were with the organization, with Hammer's camp and stuff. I kind of know where everybody is a little bit, but I lost contact with Angie. Now, shout out to D'Angelo B, wherever you are, girl. Hey.
Now, before we came on, my co-host, he was talking about Hammer and you guys doing a biopic. Are you guys do you think you guys ready to do a movie? Are you on board with a movie about the Hammer era and that whole era? Kind of like what Master P and Straight Outta Compton and what they done, something like that.
Well, let me put it in context. Before you answer, let me put this in context. Okay. I'm seeing how Jermaine Dupri and the So Def, how they're going on tour and how they're doing their thing. Uh-huh. And then I also see how Puffy, how they're doing their thing. And then I'm just seeing how all the groups from the era, from the 80s, transitioning to the 90s, are now basically bringing that time period. And now you're seeing them now are bridging to the stage area. And you can't deny that time period when Hammer and you guys were played a big part in that time period.
I agree.
So that's all I'm saying is that, you know, people will want to know, you know, why you guys formed the groups that you did, what you formed, and how you guys came about. So we're just wondering, has there been any discussions of you guys either getting together, doing a reunion tour, and a biopic transitioning to TV or film, you know, something like that?
I don't know.
You can do a short answer if you want to.
I mean, that is the short answer. I don't know.
I think it'd be dope.
I would love to do something like that. I think it would be exciting and a lot of fun and very revealing, so to speak, but I don't know, you know, because Hammer's doing a lot, and so he could definitely be having conversations about these very things taking place, but I don't know. Yeah, I haven't even asked him about it. I have not asked him about it.
Who would you want to play you in the movie? Who would play Sweet LD
oh my God.
in the Hammer movie?
Oh, that's an excellent question.
Let's see.
Ooh, and I got
one. Her name is Janissa. She play on Family Business. She's one of the Duncan girls. Not TJ Smith, but the darker one. You know, she's
on what show?
It's called Family Business on BET. It's a series on BET called The Family Business.
Oh, I'll have to look her up.
And her name is
okay.
Janissa. Her name is Janissa. And
Janissa. Okay.
Janissa.
You gonna have to show me her name.
Well, Google cast of Family Business, and her name is
Google it right now. Okay. Family Business. Yeah.
And she's about your complexion with the kind of like, because your hair was kind of curly back in the day with the, you know,
it was the crimp. They called them crimp.
Right. And she wear her hair like that. So yeah, okay. You see her, Janissa or Janissa. She just got she just got cast as the Batwoman on the CW. So she doing big things.
Javicia? Is it Javicia?
Yeah, that's her. That's her. What you think? What you think?
Oh, she cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. High five.
Yes. I will take her. She is too cute.
Yeah.
Okay, little girl. Yes. Okay.
That's my pick. That's my pick for Sweet LD.
That's your pick? Okay, I'm gonna go with you. You smart because she cute.
I
like it. And maybe you can show her some moves, and you can, you know, put her in your dance.
She got to be a consultant. Get her out there. She got to be the consultant. She got to be the consultant on the movie.
This girl is fly. She probably already know how to dance circles around me. This girl is gorgeous.
Yeah, she look young.
And I love her name. Her name is Javicia. Is that it?
Yeah,
Javicia Leslie. Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous.
I mean, when they did the New Edition movie, the guys, even though they had some dancing, you know, in their previous, they still had to go through, and the groups had to certify them as well, and they was actually there every day watching them and making sure that they got their approval. So that may be something you guys may do.
We would have to do that, and I wouldn't mind doing it at all. You know, you do want to have some authenticity to it. So you want them to be able to feel the person that they're representing. I would love to do it, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know who would get that started. As Hammer says, let's get it started. I don't know. But it would just be awesome to do. You know what I'm saying? To go back on tour with everybody and have a couple of hurrahs and everything before we all just completely retire.
That would
be awesome.
That'd be dope.
It would be, yeah. So I'll reach out to him and be like, yo.
Yo, I was on the Big Crab and Q show.
Yeah,
right.
You need to get this going.
We bio-picking, bro. We bio-picking, bro.
Let me.
Like that. We bio-picking, bro. What is we doing? We touring? We bio-picking? What are we doing? I like that.
Let me ask this, Sweet. Have you been paying attention to the Versus, the Instagram Versus battles? Have you watched any of them?
I have watched a few of them,
what you
but
think?
I have to be honest. I can't sit still, so it's like I gotta move around. But I love them.
Good,
I think it's like the dopest idea because everybody gets to be exposed kind of at one time to an artist and their catalog, you know, their creativity, the history of some of these people that you don't always know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I just think it's amazing that they've been able to put something like that together to get people through this quarantine crap. And then educate them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, Q. I say a versus battle. JJ Fad versus Oaktown 357. I got 357. I got 357 on the versus.
I thought she was going to ask her in her own words who was she.
I know. No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you who you got. Who you got in JJ Fad versus Oaktown 357? Who you got in the versus battle?
If you heard me earlier, I said when they were at the height of their career,
always a politician.
Detroit rocked with that Juicy. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying real talk. They did. So
who's the winner? Answer my question. Answer my question, man. Answer my question.
I'm going Oaktown.
There you go. There you go. Good answer. Yeah, but that'll be dope. That'll be dope though.
Yeah, he said it before. He said it was Oaktown.
Okay, good.
You know, the people that he kicked it with. That's what he was saying.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. But I mean, I don't always think it's a versus. I think it's just like we're going to show you, you know, the greatness of these artists. Because I don't think people win in those things. It's just how. Babyface,
the fans win. The fans win.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The artists like Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. Are you
Loved it.
How do you win?
I know.
Yeah. That's like what?
Monetarily, though, what has been helpful, and I commend Swift and them for being able to basically generate income for a lot of those artists who haven't been able to chart for a while. And they have been able to, get them to basically get money for those artists as well. So it has been able to help benefit them as well. So they're in a win-win situation that aspect.
That is beautiful because that's
I would love to see
lasting.
something like that. Yeah, I would love to see something like that happen. But I don't know what you guys' financial situations. I'm not getting into that. I'm just saying.
I'm tagging Swiss tonight. I'm tagging Swiss. I'm just
saying that would be dope.
Oaktown 357 versus JJ. I'm tagging both of them. I'm tagging them.
That would be dope.
That would be.
Well, I didn't know that there was.
You know what? I'm gonna be bold, Trav. I'm gonna be bold.
Be bold.
I'm gonna go Oaktown. I'm gonna go Oaktown versus Salt and Pepper. That's what I'm going with. I'm gonna be bold.
Okay.
Oh, I'm hearing crickets. I'm hearing crickets.
No. Ain't no crickets. Ain't no crickets. That'll be dope. That'll be. You know what? But you know who would be the winner in all of this? Sweet LD, because she's probably she's in shape better than everybody that would be in that room. So she would dance circles around. She would dance circles around everybody.
She's like, these guys are gassing me up. Yeah.
Man.
But
I'm just saying. I didn't know that there was a way that people were being compensated. I guess, from the verses. But to me, what I'm looking at is just the fact that we would again be included.
Yeah, that's
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 a big thing for me. Is to be considered and to be included and involved like that. That's a different way of educating the people about what we did.
Yeah.
And how we changed things, because it was different when 357.
And I don't know. And for the record, I don't know how they're doing it. I just know they have something worked out, and I know that a lot of those artists' records have now been reappearing on charts and billboards, and so maybe they know that they can't pay them directly, but they've been able to do something directly, and they've been able to stream some of their music. So, and I don't know how those things are being worked out, because we always hear, you know, in the beginning of y'all careers, not you per se, but in artists' career, about 360 deals, about how a lot of artists were being taken advantage of, and how a lot of artists weren't able to get royalties and didn't have their masters, et cetera, et cetera. So, so when you see these verse battles, is that a lot of these artists who are taking in these scenarios, they have been able to get compensated. So, you know,
that's a beautiful thing, because you would have to work around those kind of 360 deals and whatever other contracts might not be still in existence. You would have to work around that to get your royalties, to get you know, any monies from it. So yeah, we were not
be opposed to getting in it. You want to be opposed?
We wouldn't be opposed to getting in it. We wouldn't be opposed to being included any of that, because we did go through those situations where the contract wasn't beneficial to us and publishing is questionable. You know, royalties are questionable. We went through that as well. You know what I'm saying? So it would be a blessing, again, just to be included. And it's not even about the money coming from that situation. It's the exposure.
Right.
And so once you get the exposure, then other opportunities come up. So it may be a biopic, you know, from just that, because people are like, hey, we want to go ahead and do this. How do we get it done? Are you interested? So it wouldn't have to just be left up to Hammer. It could be just another opportunity presented to myself and the ladies, and we make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's beyond just being on Versus and having the people enjoy you. That's major, because that's a major platform. But just imagine who sees you at that moment. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I had an idea for this. I might want to work with LD.
Right.
There's an opportunity. So it's beyond just the monetary benefit of that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
You said something earlier that I wanted to tap on, because you talked about the solidarity of the women back in your era, about how you guys, you know, were able to come together and complimentary and be humble once. And now, fast forwarding now, when you see a lot of women now who are not as much complimentary of each other's craft and being at odds with one another, what is the females in your era, or let me just personalize it and say, what do you think about that when you see how the women that you guys have paved the way for these artists to be the way that they are, and seeing that they're not being as complimentary to your era, in a sense? What do you think about that?
I don't think it's that way, honestly.
Okay.
Because I think there is, in hip hop, there's the friendly competition.
Okay.
And that's a nice way of putting it. That's what it starts. It's battle rap. It's beatboxing. It's the DJs battle, the dancers. Everybody battles, but you're battling for recognition. You know what I'm saying? Either for that night at the club, or for that moment, for that week, for the year, for whatever. And then now we're out. The albums are battling. The videos are battling. Your wardrobe, your show, everything is a battle. So this is the arena of hip hop. It's not a bad thing. It's not, but it's a bad thing when it's taken out of context.
Right.
And people personalize it too much. And so they say, as the audience, we want to come to see the boxing match. We want to come and see you guys battle each other. But the minute that someone throws a punch that people don't feel was necessary, quote unquote, now this artist or that artist is not cool. And you have to remember, these are people first. You know what I'm saying? These are people representing themselves in their creativity, their craft in this arena that we have said it's okay for you to come in and fight. You know what I'm saying? So we all have to be really mindful of that. This is what we ask for. This is what we contribute to. This is what we want to see. But I just think that sometimes these artists, unfortunately, are not able to, and I could be wrong, but they're not given the room or the space to separate it at some point and say, this is not necessarily what I need to feed into for my career or my brand, because now it's moving beyond hip hop and the battle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all get, does that make sense?
Yes.
So
yes.
I don't think that the women that we were back then and are now, and the things that we did to pave the way, to open the door, to show women in a different light, is being disrespected or misrepresented or anything like that. It's no different than you having a child and you do something, but then they come up years later with their perspective and comprehension of what you did, and they re-articulate it or redo it, and it looks nothing like it. It's just a little different. It's from them. And so that's what these women are doing. We all have to mature, and we have to find our way, and we have to be given the space to grow as artists in this industry. And a lot of times we're not, because you can hear people say, oh, she shouldn't have said that, or she shouldn't have did this. It's like, wait a minute though. Who was in her ear when this popped off? What was going on when it happened? So you don't always see what's going on behind the scenes. You don't always know what the motivating factor is, what the outcome is that you're looking for. I mean, we just don't know. But I just don't like to always judge people from that perspective to say what they should and shouldn't do, because this is literally their journey. They have to find their footing on their own way. You know what I'm saying? So God bless them.
Exactly.
Trust me, I was in it, and it is not easy to make decisions in that kind of environment when you don't have the support that you need to do it, you know, and you don't feel safe enough to make certain decisions. So yeah, it's, you know, I don't think that they're not, like deliberately being disrespectful if people see it that way. I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you share with us real quickly? Because my co-host is a DJ. What was it like when you first heard your record being played on air, or just in an arena, or in a club? Or how did you feel? Any particular record?
Do you know how it feels when you go up on that roller coaster and you drop? You know that drop. You go up on that roller coaster, and it's that click, 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 click as you're going up. And so that's the anticipation, but you're not really knowing what to expect. But it's awesome. Like, oh, this ride's going to be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all we knew in the recording studio. We're trying to do our best. But when you hear that bad boy on the radio, and it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. And then it's like, oh no, everybody's going to hear what I said. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God. So yeah. Did
you guys know Juicy was going to be a hit? Did you have that?
Oh yeah.
Underlying feeling?
We didn't know. And to be honest, Juicy, the remix, is what BNGB is on, and that took it to a different level. So we were able to take out the rock guitar to some degree, and then, you know, put a more R&B spin on it when she came in and she added her vocals. And it just took off. We didn't know, but that bad boy sounded so good.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her screaming,
so,
Juicy. That was dope.
And shaking that little butt. You ain't got no butt. But
that was dope.
Butt.
That was
dope. So it's one of those kind of experiences. I don't care. You know, to this day, somebody will send me the song. They'll videotape it on the radio playing, and I'm like, oh my God, they still play us? Like, it still, you know, gets me to this day. But that's what it's like. You know, you finally hit that peak, and that roller coaster comes down. It's like, oh my God, yeah. It's still like that. It's still like that to this day, for real. It is. And then it's even more fun because I have people who, like you guys, who love the song, who will show me a video and them jamming in the car, and I'm like, this is what we did? Like, oh my God, it's so awesome.
I know.
So yeah, you get to experience it a different way, you know. But yeah, that's what it's like.
That's dope.
That's what it's like. Mm-hmm.
Well, check this out. It was awesome to have you on the show. We are so, I mean, you stayed longer than we thought. I thought you was going to be on and off, but you really got into everything. We really appreciate that. It was a really nice conversation.
Now you guys asked some great questions, and then we got cut off, so we had to catch up.
Thank you.
You guys
Thank
are
you.
awesome
Thank you.
interviewers.
Thank
you
you
so much for keeping the pace of the interview, asking great questions, and just allowing me to share. I appreciate that. Y'all are dope.
And thank you.
You want to give us give our audience and anybody your handles if people want to reach out to you?
Oh,
social media site.
Social media. Everything is at SweetLD357. Everything. Facebook would be Suhaila Sabir, but you'll see the Sweet LD one. And then there's an official Old Town 357 Instagram page as well. So go visit, chat, say a little something, say hey.
Well, check this out. This is what we're going to do. We want to help out. You said that, you guys don't get called for those old school gigs. We do them all of the time. We do them in Detroit and Cleveland. We do them all the time. So we're gonna start bringing you guys up with those guys like Rodney and Leonard, the promoters that do those old school concerts. We're gonna start throwing y'all name in the mix. So because we want to see because we want to see you guys over here. We want to see you guys over here. They always bring.
I think Detroit will love that because you guys they loved you guys so much back in the day.
Look, y'all gonna make me go really work out and get in shape. Lord help me somebody.
Because they tired of Trina, they tired of Salt and Pepper. That's who they see all the time. They see them all the time. So they gotta bring they gotta get you guys in the mix too. So we're gonna run
much love to them, but they would love to see Town 357. You know what I'm saying?
That's so much love. Thank you guys.
Oh, yeah.
LD, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, it has.
Thank
you.
Talking
y'all
to
have
you.
An awesome show. Thank you guys so much. Take care.
Everything from you. We want to give you your roses, while you're here so you can hear it from us on our show. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you
guys.
And you take care. Yeah, you take care and be safe, okay?
Yes, sir. Talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.
You take care of that back. Y'all be good.
Thank you.
Peace.
All right, hold on. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I gotta get my co-host back on here. I don't know what happened. Phone is acting crazy. So you back?
I'm in heaven.
Yeah, that was dope, man. That was a dope interview for your first time back, huh?
Well, that's what we do, man. That's what we do in a Big Trav and Q show, man. I'm so proud of the fact we was able to. I was a little nervous at first. I didn't know how I was going to be able to swing in with a heavyweight as yourself, but
cut it out.
I was happy, man. Thank you. But listen, man, I wasn't no jive, man. Detroit